because of the nuclear flashpoint, the conflict between India and Pakistan, Afghanistan, Taliban, Al-Qaeda, Iraq, and also Iran, which I have not mentioned, the latest addition to tensions, and also the effects in the Middle East on Lebanon and Syria, and of course Palestine continues. The geostrategic focus of the world now is South Asia and West Asia. One more blunder that was committed, ladies and gentlemen, which I would be remiss if I did not point out immediately after 9/11. Taliban were defeated with the aid, with the assistance of Northern Alliance, which was the minorities of Uzbek, Tajik, Kazakhs. Taliban were all Pakhtuns. After their defeat, they ran into the mountains and cities of Pakistan. What we did with them, however, I had suggested a change of strategy. At that time in 2002, I proposed that we must reach out to the Pakhtuns, they being the majority. And I coined a term, all Taliban are Pakhtun, but all Pakhtuns are not Taliban. So therefore, let us reach out to the Pakhtuns, wean them away from the Taliban, and put them in government authority as it is their legitimate right, because for centuries it was only Pakhtuns who ruled Afghanistan. This was not done. Until now, the situation in Afghanistan, ladies and gentlemen, is that Afghanistan, dominant ethnic group in ruling Afghanistan is Panjshiri. Panjshiri is a section of the Tajiks, and they have not been just about 7 or 8%. And the vast majority, 50% Pakhtuns, who I always wanted that they should be dominant in government positions, have been alienated. Literally, they have been pushed towards the Taliban. That situation continues. And now when we are talking of moderate Taliban, dealing with moderate Taliban, you may be reading in some places, I don't believe there is anything like moderate Taliban. There is a Taliban and Pakhtun, and no moderate Taliban. So while at that time in 2003 and 4, 2, 3 and 4, I wanted that from a position of strength when Taliban are on the run, we take them on board, wean them away from the Taliban. It was doable. Now we are speaking from a position of weakness, that much more difficult to achieve this inclusion of the Pakhtuns into the dominant government positions in Afghanistan. Well, this was what happened, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing I want to highlight now, after 9/11, the emergence of China, formation of the European Union, the attempts of Russia to re-emerge as a world power, I think we are headed, or we see signs of multipolarity in the future. With this historical background, let me come on to directly addressing the issue of terrorism and extremism. I told you the introduction of religious militancy in the area. After a victory in Afghanistan, ladies and gentlemen, I told you about the blunder that we didn't take the Pakhtuns on board. However, leaving all that aside now, initially it was Al-Qaeda which was in the dominant positions. There were thousands of them. They came into cities of Pakistan and the mountains of Pakistan. I must give all the credit to the Pakistan Army, military and intelligence, and we were assisted by international intelligence agencies also. We operated very successfully against Al-Qaeda in our cities and also in mountains, starting from South Waziristan, which is the southernmost of our 7 tribal agencies, which borders Afghanistan. We successfully operated there and Al-Qaeda went down. 2003 and 2004, the re-emergence or resurgence of the Taliban. Why did this resurgence take place? I have told you it was because we failed to assimilate the Pakhtuns into governance in Afghanistan. That blunder that we committed of not changing our strategy and trying to continue governing Afghanistan with minorities, which they had never done in centuries. Now, what is the present situation, ladies and gentlemen? The present situation in Afghanistan, the Taliban rule the roost. They are assisted by Al-Qaeda, who are also there. In Pakistan, we face 4 challenges. Number 1, that there is Al-Qaeda in the mountains of Pakistan. Number 2, that there are Pakistani Taliban in the tribal agencies of Pakistan, especially the 2 southern, south and north Balochistan, and Major, the northernmost tribal agency. These Taliban assist the Taliban or cooperate with Taliban across the border. They also have turned their guns against Pakistan, and they carry out terrorist attacks in Pakistan. Then, third element that has been surfaced since maybe 2006 and 7, that they started spreading their culture, their obscurantist views of religion into the settled districts of the frontier province, and I call this Talibanization. They tried to Talibanize the settled districts of frontier and even go beyond. This challenge still is there. It was defeated in 2007, and again in 2008 you may have read of military operations in Swat, where 2 million refugees also came into the rest of Pakistan. So this needs to be contained, the Talibanization. The fourth element that Pakistan faces is extremism within its society, in certain parts of the society. And in some cases, our religious institutions like mosques and madrasas being used or misused by misled elements towards terrorism and extremism. The complexity increases, ladies and gentlemen, because there is a Mujahideen activity in Kashmir with great public sympathy in Pakistan. And they having links with the Taliban and Al-Qaeda, developing links. It doesn't stop there. In India, ladies and gentlemen, religious extremism within the Muslim youth is on the rise. It is because they feel alienated, they feel maybe because of unequal treatment given to them. Whatever reasons, it is Indian government which needs to deal with. Because I know that organizations like SIMI, Students Islamic Movement of India, is on the rise. And the worst still that they are developing a nexus between the extremists in India, Mujahideen in Kashmir, extremists in Pakistan, Taliban in Pakistan, Taliban in Afghanistan and Al-Qaeda. The story doesn't end there, ladies and gentlemen. There is an ETIM in the western parts of China, in the Uyghur region, East Turkestan Islamic Movement, which has developed links with the Taliban. And many Chinese have come into our area in the mountains of Pakistan and Afghanistan. The story still doesn't end there. There is now an upthing Al-Qaeda in Islamic Maghreb centered around Algeria and Mali. There is an Aqsa Al-Qaeda in Arab Peninsula centered around Yemen and Somalia. Why I am saying all this, ladies and gentlemen? If you see the center of gravity of all that I have said, the center of gravity lies in Afghanistan and the tribal agencies of Pakistan. And I, as a military man, know that when you are opposing an enemy, locate his center of gravity and defeat the center of gravity. If you defeat the center of gravity, we win everywhere in the periphery, wherever I said. And if we lose in the center of gravity, we lose everywhere in the periphery. That is my military sense. losing and quitting is not an option. That is my strong belief and my conviction. Therefore, we have to show resolve, and therefore we have to maybe accept casualties.